Well, okay, people, welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. Today we're doing something different. This is my first time to this channel. I thought we'd do kind of like a, more or less like a top 5 kind of thing and see how that goes. So I just typed in true paranormal videos and, you know, just kind of react to what they got for us. See if we can come up with something different. So, kind of interested. I've never clicked on one of these videos, so please go to this channel. This channel to view the original content, and yeah, let's see how this goes.
This footage was captured by both a police dash cam and a body camera. Officers were dispatched after witnesses reported a violent assault. But what made the call truly bizarre was the reason behind it: a zombie attack. According to the caller, someone was literally eating another person. At first, the responding officer thought it had to be a prank.
Wait. I typed in, you know, true paranormal events and we're starting out with a zombie attack. Okay, I mean, I guess let's see where it goes. Okay.
Still, he decided to check it out. But as he arrived and stepped out of his car, he was met with a horrifying scene. A man straddling another, tearing into his flesh with his teeth.
Hey! Hey! Look at your hands! Look at your hands! Look at your hands! Look at your hands! Hey! 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 Hey!
Thank you!
Hey! Hey!
Was it cannibalism? Some kind of drug-induced psychosis?
Why did it take that man that long to fire that weapon? If I see a person eating another person, I'm gonna shoot him. A lot quicker than that. Okay, the cannibal could be on bath salts, some stupid shit like that. I get that. I don't think he's a zombie. I think he's just out of his head on a trip that nobody wants to go on. But why did it take him so long to shoot his ass?
Or just someone completely out of their mind? How do you even begin to explain something like that? Could it be zombies are real? The officer pulled his weapon and fired warning shots, shouting for the man to raise his hands. But the so-called zombie didn't react. He just kept eating. More shots followed, but the man didn't even flinch. He stayed locked in, completely consumed by what he was doing. It wasn't until the 4th shot that the officer finally managed to bring him down.
Who the fuck is firing a warning shot at a human eating another human? No, I'm not. It's not happening. I mean, yeah, I'm firing shots, but the warning's when they hit you in the fucking head.
No further details were ever released. Some say the case was classified. The fact that this really happened only makes it more disturbing. Was this a real-life zombie encounter? This video was released on the official website of the Texas Police Department. We see 2 officers chasing a car. The suspect crosses the road, realizing they can't escape from the police, and stops. When the officers reach the car they were pursuing, they notice something strange.
Oh, you should be. There's no one outside, no one behind the wheel, and the van is locked. Where's it gone? It's magic. Give me the back. You stopped to think he's hiding in the back.
There's no one inside. Not behind the driver's seat, not behind the passenger seat. To their surprise, the car was completely empty and locked, with the engine turned off. There were no signs that anyone had been in the car at all. The driver had simply vanished.
Okay, wait. Time out. Did the driver actually vanish, or did they ever see a fucking driver? I mean, come on, man. Really? In this day and age? I mean, because they never showed the driver. So how do we know the driver vanished? I don't know. This video may suck. I apologize. Look, I know I'm from the deep south, and we talk slow, and we think slow. But don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean we're dumb. It just means we take our time. That, I don't believe, because you never showed me the driver. Try again.
On December 25th, 2020, a 63-year-old man named Anthony Quinn Warner drove his RV to Nashville, Tennessee's 2nd Avenue and woke up nearby residents with the sound of a robotic digital female voice coming from his RV, warning everyone around the vehicle to evacuate the area.
Okay, time out. I'm 3 hours from Nashville. Why would you drive a camper downtown with a woman's voice telling everybody to evacuate now? Okay, it's a little odd. I'll give him that. But he could just be an avid watcher of the Dark Knight series. Maybe mixed with a little bit of, like, fucking Wrong Turn. Maybe he doesn't have a full deck. Okay, well, alright, sure.
Soon, the female voice repeatedly mentioned that the RV was going to detonate, and a little after 6 a.m., the voice became more and more insistent, announcing that the vehicle would detonate in 15 minutes. In the body...
So the voice is saying the thing's going to blow up, and then 15 minutes later, it's still saying the thing's going to blow up. But why would he warn people if he's just going to go downtown and blow shit up? Clearly, elevator's not on the top floor. We get it.
Cam footage that was later released by the authorities. A group of Nashville police officers can be seen walking around the downtown area, urging any stragglers to evacuate for their own safety.
Wait for the fucking vehicle, I would guess, Einstein.
That's actually kind of a movie. Yeah.
Or the first. Is that... Why are they walking that close?
The robotic voice and its ominous warnings give the whole scene an extremely eerie vibe, like, as the police officer mentioned, something out of the movie The Purge. Strangely, the RV also broadcasted snippets of the 1964 hit song Downtown by Petula Clark, which is a song about how, if you're ever feeling sad or lonely, you should go downtown and you'll feel better in the hustle and bustle of the city. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I think we all know that one. Downtown, downtown. I'm monotone, don't follow me, but yeah, I know that one. Okay, this one's kind of creepy. I mean, you get a female voice, you say shit's gonna blow up, and you're playing downtown? Like, come downtown to have a good time, but fucking go away? Very odd.
the robotic voice wasn't bluffing, and just 15 minutes later, the RV detonated near the AT&T building, causing damage to more than 50 buildings, and even collapsing a few of them.
That I did not know. AT&T building. We call it the Batman building. You know, it's got the... But, okay, I didn't know that. Wow.
With its massive blast radius. In the aftermath of the incident, the cops can be seen assessing the damage and moving nearby pedestrians to safety through body cam footage that can only be described as apocalyptic.
Last time I stopped it on this video, man, but why are there people walking away that's hurt? I understand a bomb just blew up, but he said evacuate for 30 minutes and he announced it to the entire city. Why are there still people? Do you think it's a joke? I mean, even if you think it's a joke, are you taking that risk? And if you are, then you're a little slower than we are in Mississippi.
Even though the explosive inside the RV was extremely powerful, the cops managed to evacuate most of the nearby residents, and thankfully nobody outside the RV lost their lives. Although 3 people were injured and had to be hospitalized after the vehicle incident, the only person who lost his life was Anthony Warner himself, who was still inside the vehicle at the time of the detonation. After the incident, the authorities started digging deep into Anthony's past to figure out what could have caused him to do something so insane. And what they found was pretty disturbing. As it turned out, Warner was pretty much a paranoid loner, obsessed with conspiracy theories about shape-shifting alien lizards that were trying to take over the world. It was also revealed that 16 months before the explosion, Warner's girlfriend had called the cops to report that Anthony had been building explosives.
She's a cutie. How did he pull her? I mean, if he was seeing, you know, reptilian aliens, that's okay. There's got to be more, because I love conspiracy theories. I'm not going to do that shit. There's got to be more than that, man. There's just, like I said, his elevator is not going to the top floor.
inside the RV outside their home. Even more disturbingly, less than a week before Christmas, Warner's neighbor had reportedly asked him if Santa was going to bring him anything good for Christmas, to which Warner replied, "Oh yeah, Nashville and the world are never going to forget me." But despite the clear desire for attention, the cops never managed to truly figure out Warner's motive, and it was eventually concluded that he probably didn't want to hurt anyone, and that a fatal cancer diagnosis, mixed with other factors, had contributed to Warner's declining mental health.
Wow. So yeah, that fucking makes sense. He wants to go out on his own terms. I get it. That's why I told everybody to leave. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm going out like a boss. Get the fuck out of here. I get that now. I get it. Okay, I told you there was something else. I mean, it's shit news, but we're all checking out.
On December 31st, 2022, 3 police officers were dispatched to a house. After receiving a call from a neighbor who reported hearing loud and strange noises coming from inside. The neighbor stated that he had heard deep guttural sounds, unusual thumping, and high-pitched screeches, noises unlike anything he was familiar with.
What?
When the police arrived, they were deeply disturbed by what they discovered. The footage was recorded by a paramedic who was immediately called to the scene after it became clear that the police required medical assistance. They were completely unprepared to deal with what was happening. They had no idea that the house they had entered once belonged to a family of cannibals who took pleasure in butchering human flesh and preparing it as exotic dishes.
Now, why would you show hamburger meat when you're talking about this shit? You know, I've got hamburger laid out tonight to make spaghetti, and you're showing me this shit. That's just, dude, I don't know if I like your channel or not. I mean, I'm going to come back, but this shit, we're going to have a talk about this. I'm going to leave a comment. That you don't have to do that, man. Come on. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'm going to make breakfast tonight because I'm not eating hamburger meat. You ruined my dinner.
This is not a prank, and it's not a made-up story. Dilapidated and crumbling in a small town located in Poland. On New Year's Eve, a 20-year-old girl named Kamilka was inside the house with the intention of summoning the spirits of that sinister cannibal family, as well as the victims they had once consumed. It turned out to be a very bad idea.
Do you think? You think that's not a good idea? Do you think?
Suddenly, Kamilka began behaving erratically and wildly before barricading herself inside a room. Something horrible had clearly happened to her. According to her friends, it was as if Kamilka had become possessed by the spirit of one of the cannibals. It sounds unrealistic, but keep watching and you'll understand exactly what I mean. The police were extremely shaken and frightened by what they saw. Take a look.
What are you looking at?
Jezu, jak to woda tak warta?
What?
Ja pierdzielę.
That's just, no, that's Linda Blair. That's what that is. She's up in the fucking attic. You dumbass, you don't miss. No, dude, cop or not, I'm turning around. If you have Linda Blair in your attic, are you going to stay at home? I'm not. No, I'm going to go get you ice cream. Wait till she leaves. That,
No, totalnie.
Pierdolę, ja dostaję tylko 5 000 złotych, kurwa. Nic
Uważaj.
hell no. Hell no.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no.
No. No. I mean, I still want to see, but hell no. Dude, I am firing through the walls right now. I'm unloading through the
Ona
entire
jest nad
wall.
nami w góry. Od góry coś...
I'm not peeking my head no more. I hear that shit. I am unloading every bullet I have. Every round is going in that wall and up in that ceiling.
Drut ma jakiś...
That is me?
Something's coming from upstairs. Kamilka's disturbing behavior made it impossible for the officers to get inside. As a last resort, they attempted to enter through the attic from outside the house. However, things didn't go as planned.
Is that a chair? Is that leg? What am I looking at? I don't understand what they're saying, but what am... Is that a stick? Or a leg? I don't know what I'm looking at.
Kamilka was eventually pulled out by force and transported to the hospital. And here's where the story takes an even stranger turn.
Hell,
Upon arriving at the hospital, she began acting completely normal, as if nothing had ever happened. She claimed to remember nothing about what occurred inside that house. Doctors found no signs of any mental illness. They tested her blood for any intoxicating substances that might explain her behavior. Her blood was completely clean. To this day, neither Kamilka nor her friends can explain what happened inside that house. Was she really possessed? Or did she suffer from a temporary psychotic episode?
you know, I can't answer that question for Kamilka. But I tell you what, I bet you next Friday she'll sit her ass at home and watch Dirty Dancing. She won't go back to a damn barn with a Ouija board.
On June 6, 2024, a video was published showing what appears to be a female police officer witnessing the sudden disappearance of a woman named Sarah, who was pulled over during a routine traffic stop. The caption on the screen reads, "Woman vanishes into thin air on the road. Police officer loses composure." In the video, the
Okay. Well, the first one... Alright, whatever.
officer turns to head back to her patrol car. About a second later, she notices that Sarah's registration has expired. The officer turns back to Sarah's vehicle, only to realize that the woman has mysteriously disappeared from her car.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No.
The fourth one. Okay.
Alright. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back. Your registration is expired.
Whoa!
What the? Sarah? What the heck? Sarah?
Nope. No, we're going to rewind that. You know, I've only been a YouTuber for like a year. So it's very hard for me to edit. And I still suck at it. But I don't think I seen a fucking cut there, man. Was there a cut? There had to be a cut. There had to be a cut. There had to be a cut. What am I missing? There had to be a cut.
Turns to head back to her patrol car. About a second later, she notices that Sarah's registration has expired. The officer turns back to Sarah's vehicle, only to realize that the woman has mysteriously disappeared from her car.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No. Alright. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back. Your registration is expired.
Jesus Christ! Okay, maybe I am slow. And maybe I need better glasses. I don't have my glasses on, I'll give you that. I need glasses. But I didn't see a cut. I didn't see a blur, I didn't see... last time, I'm I got to. I'm sorry, guys.
Sarah?
Road.
Very
Police
last
officer
time.
loses composure. In the video, the officer turns to head back to her patrol car. About a second later, she notices that Sarah's registration has expired. The officer turns back to Sarah's vehicle, only to realize that the woman has mysteriously disappeared from her car.
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle? No. Alright. Sit tight, Sarah. I'll be right back. Your registration is expired. What the?
There's not a cut. There's... What?
Sarah? What the heck? Sarah? 321. Did this happen?
The clip first shows the supposed incident from the officer's body camera. Then, a second angle from the dash cam provides a repeat of the event from an alternative viewpoint.
That's two different...
Jonathan and his friend explore the basement of an old apartment.
That's two different angles. That I can't. That's been the best one to me. I can't. I'm a simple-minded man. I can't. I don't. Leave a comment. Let me know, because I don't know.
Building. The place is truly eerie and aged. Jonathan is convinced that something terrifying could be hidden down there. In the center of one of the rooms, they find a large cedar wood box. Built into it is a door with a lock that can only be opened from the outside.
Ah,
A
shit.
mysterious air tube sticks out from the box, likely meant to supply someone inside with air.
Well, that's
And
what
when
I'm
Jonathan
going to
opens
do.
it, he finds a small, hidden room.
Clear deep scratches on the inside walls. Whoever was trapped in there desperately tried to get out. It's impossible not to feel disturbed.
James, look at this. James, look at this. There's scratch marks. There are legit scratch marks. There are fucking scratch marks.
Okay, tell us again. What are they? I mean, if you're in there, it makes sense to have scratch marks. But yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, this one just gives me fucking, like, my skin crawls.
They drilled holes into it so that the fresh air could still come in, but you couldn't get your hand up there. You couldn't reach it.
All right, time out. I'm not going to pause again, but maybe it's me being in the South. I don't know. But that was a hairy arm, and that sounds like a man. Why in the hell is his fingernails painted black? What is he, is he in a cover band in the 80s? Why would you... That don't make... I don't understand that. And I wouldn't be going in any basement with somebody that paints their fingernails. Because if you get in trouble, like, that person's going to help you. The person that accessorizes their fingernails, that's who you're going to turn to. All right, man, whatever.
Now, see people. There are hammer marks in here, that makes sense, but these scratcher marks right here, it's like someone, look. Boom, 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 boom.
On the wooden surface around the vent openings, there are marks. Ones that look eerily like human fingernails clawed into the wood. Let's sum it up. They discovered a box that very well could have been used to imprison people. Outside the box, there's a stool, positioned in such a way that someone could have sat there, watching. Maybe even enjoying the suffering of a helpless person, crying and screaming to be let out. There's also a microwave nearby, possibly used to heat food for the person locked inside, and strangely enough, that microwave might be one of the creepiest things in the whole room. But the most chilling part comes.
You find a box with a vent shaft and scratch marks, and a microwave could be the scariest thing in that scene? Are you fucking throwing a gremlin in it? I don't understand. No, it's not. It's a fucking scratch mark. What is that? Is that a furnace?
When the guys stumble upon an old furnace, clearly used many, many times. That's when it all starts to make a horrifying kind of sense. Once the torment ended, the body may have been placed in that furnace and burned.
Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the video, and I would say that would be the creepiest thing in the fucking room, not a microwave. Okay? Wow. Hey, I don't know, leave me a comment. If you got a video you want me to check out like this, leave it in the comments. We're going to see how this does. It was my first time. Please go to his website, give him credit. And I will see you guys next time.
Time slowly teaches the heart how to survive around the scar.